Um, this morning, I just want to talk about my Apple Watch experience, which has been disappointing after 1 year. So let me give you a bit of a background, how I started this journey. So previously, I had Garmin Smart Band, and then I also tried Xiaomi and Honor. And I resisted on getting an Apple Watch because since Apple Watch started many years ago with Apple Watch One, the problem has always been about the battery life, where it doesn't last. Whereas previously with Garmin, I put in like batteries, and it could last me for like 2 years or even more, and didn't even have to worry about recharging or something like that. Just replace battery maybe after 2 years. Then after that, I got Honor and the Xiaomi, and that battery is rechargeable. It can last about 7 days rechargeable. And I remember also previously I had the Fitbit, Fitbit, the kind of a smart band, health band. And I used that for a while, and also it was rechargeable. Also, it could last for about 7 days. But then Apple Watch, even from its launch to now, it could last maybe about 2 days, 1 day. And there's a lot of comments, feedback about Apple Watch. Its Achilles heel is about its battery life. So I always have been delaying and resisting on buying an Apple Watch. And last year, finally, because I'm a Discovery Health member with Vitality, and I thought that let me just make use of the Apple Watch benefit, maybe use that to better sync with Discovery Health app, and to get my points and get my number of steps, and also the heart rate, exercise, so to reach the Vitality Active Rewards goals. So finally, last year around April, I went to iStore here in Fourways, and actually get Apple Watch. And there it is. It's Apple Watch 7, and you can see this one is with a GPS, and it's a 40 millimeter size. And from last year April to now, I've been enjoying using it. I mainly use my Apple Watch as a like health device. On my Apple Watch, as you can see right now, it's kind of a this is kind of a face I like, with a date and a time, and also with the kind of a pedometer on the top left, and also tells me about the weather forecast for the next few hours. And also I've set for exercise, and also the activity, the 3 rings, as well as there's one for the sunset and sunrise time, which I've been enjoying using this since April last year, and was syncing very well for link with my iPhone, linking with my iPhone, and also updating all my health results on the health data, health app, and also syncing with Discovery Health app, which is my main purpose in terms of Vitality Active Rewards and things like that. And was working fine. And obviously, I think that just about every day I had to recharge at night, and then it will last me for a day. Sometimes could even last me for a day and a half. But what has happened about 3 weeks ago, I would say that maybe in the second half of May. So just over after a year after using this Apple Watch, which I've enjoyed as a kind of a more like health device, that started to give me problems. The battery wasn't lasting, and it started to deteriorate to the extent that where the battery wasn't even lasting for half day, 6 hours. And I was starting to try to look for solutions online, troubleshoot, and on Apple website community, and also look at YouTube and what have you, and look at ways of why the battery is giving problem. And I was doing various things to try to save power, save the battery, and including things like stop the heart rate monitoring, other things, and also close all the unnecessary notifications. Even try to change the watch to low power mode to make it last longer. I also went to iStore Centon last week, just for them to evaluate and to check any problems with the watch. And they did the full diagnostics and checked and didn't find anything wrong. Say to me that the watch works 100%. The battery health is 89%, which is still quite good. It's after a year of use. So they didn't find anything wrong. And the only thing they could suggest is maybe if I switch off Wi-Fi, because that could also use power. So I did that and tried the other things that could help to make it last longer. But still, the battery doesn't really last. Like right now, this morning, I charged it, and when I left home, was about just about 2 hours ago, and I had this watch on my wrist, and there's 100% charged, and now it's down to 29%. So it's not going to even last me like 3 hours. So really, it's frustrating. So my excellent user experience for the last 3 weeks has been turned upside down, where it's really not serving my purpose. How can you have a watch that doesn't even last 3 hours with a battery? I don't know what for the viewers out there. Do you have a solution? Do you have a similar problem? What kind of a Apple Watch do you have? How long does it last? What's your experience after a year or two of using Apple Watch? Do you experience the same problem as me, or is just me that has this kind of a problem? But certainly, it's a very frustrating experience. I also use my Apple Watch for, when going to gym and pair with my AirPods Pro to listen to music or maybe audiobook. From time to time, maybe times that there's a call, incoming call, and I answer from my Apple Watch. Simple stuff. So I don't really use it for a lot of apps. I mainly just use for simple the basic health apps that I use, and I just always make sure that I only have like the minimal number of apps open. So if I look at my Apple Watch now and I just look at the apps that's open, I have a settings, activity, weather, pedometer, music, calendar. That's all. About 5, 6, basic apps open. That's kind of doing the minimum. And yeah, that's and it was working fine until about 3 weeks ago. So is that really the Apple Watch problem? The battery that just doesn't last? Is that kind of what the users out there they experience? What do you do? Do you actually reset? I did try to reset a few times, reboot the watch a few times, still doesn't help. I'm really at my wit's end. Went to the iStore and did, and they checked, and it was saying diagnostics, everything is fine. If everything is fine, why does it only last like 3 hours now? Yeah, so help me here. Any of you that's got similar kind of issues, how do you make your Apple Watch last? And certainly, I think right now my thinking is more towards I probably just upgrade to get a new Apple Watch, maybe Apple Watch 8 or Apple Watch SE. But I also want to get one with a cellular, so GPS plus cellular, so can be independent of my iPhone. Probably that's the way I want to go. So upgrade myself and then trading this Apple Watch 7 and just give Apple Watch another try, to see whether it's just maybe just a once-off thing or whether it's just continuous problem with Apple Watch. Certainly, I never experienced this with my previous other brands like Xiaomi, Honor, Smartband, Garmin. And yesterday I was speaking with someone who used Polar, and he said it works great. So yeah, so I'm kind of willing to be trying again with Apple, because I've been kind of in the Apple ecosystem with iPads firstly in 2011, then afterwards then with iPhone, and then with MacBook. So I'm really into the Apple ecosystem here, and then finally I I got into Apple Watch. But the last 3 weeks has been frustrating and a really bad experience for me as an Apple Watch user. Yeah. So what's your comment? What's your experience? What's your feedback? I love to hear from you. And if there's something I can do to change and maybe to update my Apple Watch for the better, let me know. Thanks. Until next time. Have a good day.